It's Christmas time. Oh, hello, everybody. It's me, Chris Smith. And guess who's here with me? As always, it's Blackie Humphrey, Hector Angel Shadow Rascal, Godfrey Gladstone III. And he is very excited because today we are reviewing the new touring production of Funny Girl, the hit Broadway musical and it actually says the hit Broadway musical. I didn't realize that. Maybe it was in my mind subliminally. Yes, I told you the last time that I wasn't overly excited about seeing Funny Girl because, this is terrible to say. I never saw the movie Funny Girl. I didn't even see Funny Lady. And, I admire Barbara Streisand as a business person, but I'm not overly like a giant Barbara Streisand fan. She sort of scares me. But I do like that house of hers that has the underground mall in her basement. Well, anyway, the original Funny Girl, as you all know, was in 1964 and is the semi-autobiographical show about the life and career of comedian and Broadway star Fanny Brice, featuring her stormy relationship with entrepreneur and gambler Nicky Arnstein. Thank you, Wikipedia, for that explanation of the show. So anyway, and you're going to laugh. When I was getting all my posters out and stuff, something fell over and dented this new Funny Girl poster. Look at this dent right there in the middle. I am devastated. Just devastated. I don't know if you can tell it on this side. So whenever I see this poster, I'm always going to think imperfection. But that's neither here nor there. So I saw Funny Girl on its national tour at the Amundsen Theater in beautiful downtown Los Angeles. I went with Marco. We went to the Saturday matinee on 4/20, April 20th. And no, I did not smoke any marijuana that day because I have to keep a clear mind when I'm going to the theater. We went to the 2:00 matinee, and of course, we got to see Katerina McCrimmon, who is playing Fanny Brice on the national tour, and Melissa Manchester is playing her mother. You know Melissa Manchester from such hit songs as "Don't cry out loud, just keep it inside and learn how to hide your feelings. And you should hear how she talks about you. You should hear what she says. Who? Or is it you should hear what he says?" Well, anyway, the Melissa Manchester played her mother, and she was wonderful. She's a very good actress. Who knew? So anyway, she didn't sing those songs in the show because this is Funny Girl. So as you all recall, Funny Girl had a rather bumpy beginning when its revival came a million years later after the original Broadway production. And they cast Beanie Feldstein, the comedic actress, in the role. Look, I love this poster because it's just so yellow and black and red. And so Beanie Feldstein was cast as Fanny Brice, even though she's not traditionally known for her singing. What year was that, Blackie? That was the 2022 revival, after Broadway reopened after the great pandemic. So Beanie Feldstein didn't get the greatest reviews for her singing, And the show also featured Jane Lynch as her mother, Jared Grimes, and Karim. I can't say his name, y'all. I'm sorry. Ramin Karimloo. He is very good. Well, they were all good. I didn't see them, but I know his work. And Jane Lynch, we all love Jane Lynch. Um, this makes me laugh so much. These little caricature things. Well, anyway, Beanie was, had some problems because people were very mean about her singing. And so she's missed some performances. And Julie Binko, her understudy, went on. And people loved it. I heard some people, when they would open their programs and the little slip of paper would fall out that said, at this performance, Julie Binko will be Fanny Bryce. They were like, yes! Because she could sing, she could belt those songs. And, well, then they got Leah Michelle to come in and replace. This hangs in my living room, so it's still in the frame. So she came in and replaced Beanie Feldstein. It was very controversial because lots of attention was paid to it. Had Beanie been forced out? She left earlier than her contract originally stated that they announced that she was going to leave, but it was going to be a certain date, and then she left like a month early. Well, Leah Michelle came. So, and I love this poster. I love this yellow. I love the black and white. But I loved both of those posters. So, and then Leah Michelle, of course, she's known for her belting. Her character on Glee, the TV show, Rachel, she even in the show went on to play Fanny Bryce on Broadway. And then what was stupid in that storyline, like after a couple of months or something, she got bored with being in this show that she had dreamed of doing all those years. And then she left. It was sort of like how Beanie left after not a long time, but under different circumstances. And then Rachel's character went and got a TV show which was canceled immediately. So should have stayed in Funny Girl. And so Leah Michelle was then in the show, and people raved about her, and it got lots of attention, and then started packing people in the theater. But when Funny Girl did the new production, they didn't get any nominations except one for Best Featured Actor in a Musical for Jared Grimes. He was nominated. He didn't win. He also got a Drama Desk nomination. He also got... What else? Well, anyway. Oh, look how nice. The Theater World Award in 2023 was given to Julie Binko. It's listed as an honoree. It says that she got the Dorothy Loudon Award for Excellence in the Theater. And then Leah Michelle got the Broadway.com Audience Choice Award for Favorite Replacement Female in 2023. So Leah Michelle got that. Beanie did get a nomination for the Drama League Awards for Distinguished Performance. Her and Jane Lynch, neither won. But, so anyway, along comes the tour. And yes, I bought the magnet, which looks just like this, but it's on the refrigerator and it's tiny. So just picture this shrunken, and that's the magnet. Oh, it's dented. Oh, it really bothers me. Okay, so Funny Girl, I had not seen the movie, as I said, but I had seen a production in Burbank at a theater nearby, at the Colony Theater, I do believe. Now, This has been reworked some. It's a revised book by Harvey Firestein. The original book is by Isabel Lenart from the original story by, oh my gosh, my eyes, Miss Lenart. So anyway, I guess she wrote a story, then she wrote the book of the musical. The lyrics are by Bob Merrill, and the music is by Julie Stein. Now, these songs are very famous in Funny Girl. They've gone on to be big standards like people, people who need people are the luckiest people in the world. And that song, poop, farty, buddy, crut, jut, body, jotty, jut, body, cruddy, jut, but jotty, jotty, poop, farty, buddy, crud, don't rain on my parade. I don't have it memorized, sorry. You know, I haven't even gotten the cast recording of Funny Girl with Leah Michele. I'm so far behind on my buying my CDs. I just put a bunch of things on my wish list on Amazon, if anybody's wanting to buy me a present. And I said, gosh, I never got that Funny Girl CD. I think Kimberly Akimbo is like the last cast recording that I've bought. So this season's shows I am way behind on. Yeah, I need to get that because the music is actually very good in Funny Girl. You know, they don't have any pictures in the program of the cast. This is one of my pet peeves. The playbills, like when you go to New York, you always have that page of pictures, which I always love. And the main characters are always have a little bit of bigger picture. But the touring production, no pictures. Why? So, yeah, so they had those hit songs and Rat-a-tat-tat and Where Are You Now and What Do Happy People Do? All these, you know, wonderful songs. But those are the I'm the Greatest Star by, that's another one that Fanny sings. That's a big one. And it's set in 1924 New York at the New Amsterdam Van Theater and Memories Prior. So anyway, what did I think of this Funny Girl? I must say I liked it. Now, if you're of the newer generation where you like, say, Dear Evan Hansen or flashier shows like that, Mean Girls, Legally Blonde, as I'm looking desperately behind me at different shows, you might think that Funny Girl is a little old-fashioned. But of course it's always going to be old-fashioned because it's set in the 1920s. I thought that it was pretty good. It was funny because in Act 2, is it Act 2 where they get married or they decide to get married and everybody's happy? Sadie, Sadie, they sing. And then Marcos leaned over and he's like, it can end right now because everybody was happy. And not that he wanted to leave or anything. It was just very funny that it did seem like a happy ending because then after they get married, he loses a lot of their money, spoiler alert, and it's just not such a funny time for Funny Girl. Marco said to me, why do they call it Funny Girl? She's not funny. Maybe she was funnier with Beanie Feldstein. I don't know. But, so we had Katerina McCrimmon, as I mentioned, as Fanny Bryce, Melissa Manchester as Mrs. Bryce. We had Stephen Mark Lucas as Nick Arnstein. And we had Isaiah Montague Harris, or is it Montague Harris? It's so embarrassing when you've never heard these names out loud and then you go to read them and it's like, oh, I don't know how he says his name. He was very good, Isaiah. The tap dancing numbers is wonderful. You know, you don't see tap dancing a lot. You've seen it in, say, the Tap Dance Kid, 42nd Street. Funny Girl has these tap dancing numbers. Um, is it a lost art? I wonder. Now, yeah, Funny Girl. If you get a chance to go see it, you must. Now let's talk about where it's going to be. It is still in Los Angeles until April 28th. So if you're in the Los Angeles area, you have time. Then it's going to San Francisco at the Orpheum Theater, April 30th to May 26th, 2024. Costa Mesa, California, May 28th through June 9th. Then on to Hartford, Connecticut, June 18th to the 23rd, and Washington, D.C. at the Kennedy Center, June 25th to July 14th. Then Philadelphia, July 16th to the 28th. Atlanta, Georgia, July 30th to August 4th. Then on to Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, Seattle, Washington, Salt Lake City, Utah, Tempe, Arizona in October, Omaha, Nebraska, Cincinnati, Ohio. In December, it'll be in Kansas City, Kansas, and Denver, Colorado. And then in January, it's going to go into Sarasota, Florida. So if your city wasn't called out by me, do go to funnygirlonbroadway.com and you can find out for yourself. Yes, I liked Funny Girl. It wasn't my favorite show in the world, but I thought it was good, and I'm glad I got to see it. And now that it's like I can put this one to bed because I didn't get to see Beanie. I didn't get to see Julie Benko. I didn't get to see Leah Michelle. But boy, I'm glad I got to see Katarina in the role, Katarina McCrimmon, because she is something special. And another thing that when I was watching this show, besides those great songs, you want a Fanny that is a belter and can really sing. I don't know why they didn't cast it that way in the original revival. I guess they were focusing more on the comedy than the singing. But I said that she's like your special effect. She's like the chandelier from Phantom of the Opera. So if you're going to have a Funny Girl, you need a beltress. Anyway, that's just what I think. Do go see Funny Girl if you get a chance. And I'm sure I'll talk about another thing, maybe, the next time that it's Christmas time. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.